everyone, welcome to Fault Lines and Flatlines.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ellie and Emma. I'm a freshman at the Westminster Schools, and I want to go into mechanical engineering. I've always been interested in building and designing, given that I have a huge abundance of Legos in my house. Hence why on my side of this podcast, I'll be talking about architecture and engineering. We'll look at different design fails, design success, and so much more. Part of my interest in architecture and engineering is figuring out why something doesn't work the first time. I allow myself to take the time to backtrack all of my steps and find out where I went wrong. The same concept can be applied to designs, regardless of whether it's a fail or success. If it fails, you can backtrack to find where you did something wrong, and if it's a success, you can see what went right and apply it to future projects. Besides my interest in architecture and engineering, I also enjoy dance, swim, track, art, violin, and more. Now that you've heard enough about me, you'll get to hear from the other one.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma Lou, and like Ellie, I'm also a freshman at Westminster. My passion is a little different, but I think it fits perfectly with Ellie's side of things. I want to go into medicine, specifically neurosurgery. I've always been fascinated by the human brain, how it controls everything we are, and how fragile it can be. On my side of the podcast, I'll be exploring medical and neurological cases. I want to look at the science, but also the stories behind the science, the human side of medicine, mental health, and true crime. I'm especially interested in the cases people are sometimes scared to talk about, because that's often where the most important lessons are hiding. And like Ellie, I have plenty of other things I love too. Swimming, theater, doom-scrolling, reading, and writing are big parts of who I am. Theater especially plays a huge role in my life. Storytelling is kind of my thing. I think that's part of what drew me into doing this podcast.
Now that you've learned a little bit about each of us, let's talk about why we're here. This podcast started because we wanted to create a space where we could share our ideas and interests, and maybe even learn alongside the people listening.
Exactly. We didn't want to create something that felt like a lecture or a textbook. Instead, we wanted to explore complicated cases and topics in a way that feels human. Medicine, mental health, true crime. They're not just abstract concepts. They're stories about real people. They show us what makes us fragile, but also what makes us strong.
Every other week, we'll come together to talk about a case, whether it's from medicine, engineering, or something in between that's just been on our minds. We want to bring curiosity, conversation, and maybe even some healthy debate into it.
And we want to make this clear. We are not professionals. I'm not a doctor yet, and Ellie's not an engineer. We're just two high school students who love these fields and want to share our perspectives. But we believe curiosity is contagious, and if listening to us makes you curious too, then we've done our job. You'll also be able to find us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube at Fault Lines and Flatlines.
During special holidays, such as Christmas, we'll be releasing episodes that aren't part of our usual format. These might include what life is like for us at school, our extracurriculars, college plans, or random events we recently went to. If you have suggestions, please leave them in the comments. We do read them.
And if there's anything you'd like us to debunk or dive into, it doesn't just have to be medicine or engineering. Let us know. We want to hear your ideas and keep this podcast a conversation with you.
With that being said, we're so excited to share our ideas, cases, and conversations with all of you.
Stay tuned and welcome to Fault Lines and Flatlines.